I definitely loved growing up in South Africa. The thing I loved most about it was the weather. It's a lot warmer than Chicago. I did a lot of sports growing up, and I was actually very into gymnastics. I did gymnastics for about 12 years, I think, a little more than that. And then I had to quit because of an elbow injury. And I was looking for a sport that could fill that gap, because gymnastics is such a time-consuming sport.
She thought she was going to become a couch potato. You know, the gymnastic discipline is quite strict. So she just couldn't imagine her life without the gymnastics.
And so I went into high school to a school that offered diving as a sport. And my mom kind of encouraged me to do it. And so from the very first session that I went to, I really enjoyed it. And it very much gives that same feel that gymnastics gave.
You could tell that just from what you see on the video, doing different dives, different things, you can see kind of what her base is, and you can kind of see what the potential can be.
I came to the US to visit a friend who dives for South Africa, but she lives in Ohio. And I was staying with her for a month, just kind of it was in my senior year of high school, and I was just trying to explore different schools, and she was doing the same thing because she was the same age as me. And so her and her mom would take me around to different schools to just see campuses. And so we came up to Chicago actually to visit Northwestern and see that campus. We were staying in the hotel that evening, and we were going to drive back the next day. And I got an email from Susan that evening. And so I sent Susan an email back saying, "Crazy story, I'm actually in Chicago right now. Is there any way I can meet you tomorrow?" And she sent me one back saying, "Yeah, she'll be on campus." And so I came here and I met Tim and I met Susan and I got a tour of the school. And yeah, I think it added a lot to why Susan recruited me in the first place.
I think Cydney came in with a unique experience, something very similar to what I grew up with, where her mother was her coach. And when I was a diver, my father was my coach.
As a parent, it's quite hard to coach your children. And I think to have an opportunity to let them dive with someone else, we took that opportunity, and that was quite good.
And so with Cydney, having those issues, those anxiety, performance issues, her freshman year, it was evident that that was something that we needed to work on right away. I think her freshman year, everything was so new to her, and every meet was a brand new experience that she did not know what to expect. And that can be a good thing, and that can be a bad thing. It's a good thing because, it's the unknown, and why not? Let's give it a try. The bad thing is that it can also be so scary that you're afraid to do well. So I think her freshman year was more of getting through the year and getting through the experiences.
So actually, I had no idea what the competition level would be when I came to UIC, and so it was definitely surprising when I was successful for the first time at my first conference meet. I just love to dive, and I enjoy diving every day, and I enjoy competing, and so just having that success just added to the experience. For me, it's more about just loving to dive and loving to do gymnastics, and trying not to focus about the other competition around you. It's just focusing on what you can do.
Now Liebenberg's final dive. Can she retake the lead? Does indeed propel her into the lead. Continues with a handshake there and the first place trophy.
The freshman year, I just wanted to dive, and I had no expectations for myself. I just wanted to do what I can do. And then obviously winning conference my freshman year kind of adds more to the expectations of yourself. And you feel like now that you've achieved that, you can definitely achieve it again. So it adds a little bit more of stress on the sport. But it's just, like I said earlier, it's just really going out there and doing what you can do, and when the achievements come, just being thankful for them. But then it was looking into the future and seeing if I could compete internationally, or to represent UIC or represent South Africa, and just seeing what that next level would look like.
Watching her this year train, she's even better. I am just, some of the dives that she's doing on 1 meter, I'm just blown away. I mean, she's doing them now at a level, at that international world level. And that's exciting. I get goosebumps looking at it. And, does she see it? She's still very critical of herself. But that's what a competitor is.
I think it was the first conference in Cydney was the freshman, and she had won both the 1 meter and 3 meter.
We walked into the foyer of the hotel in Indianapolis, and a group of UIC swimming parents were in the foyer. And as we walked in, or as Cydney walked in, they stood up and applauded. And I couldn't have been prouder.
It's really an honor to represent South Africa and both UIC. At the end of the day, it's like you go out there and you do what you can do, and you're just so supportive of the other girls around you, because you know that you're competing for the same thing. And so there's really no hard feelings. It's just who can really show up and do the best on the day.
She's the best diver I've ever had. Hands down.